And what do we have here today? Well, we have a very special thing. We have on our weekly review, which never happens weekly, we have something which is very, 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 very dear to my heart. Now, this right here is my very first Fender that I owned, like, ever. And it has a very cool story for me. And this guitar was a Fender that I bought when I was working at the guitar shop many moons ago. And yeah, we were just basically, obviously, we were being flooded with guitars, being a guitar store, and we were official dealer representatives. We were the only official dealer in our country, and obviously we had exclusive shipment for Fender guitars, and therefore I had a plethora of guitars to choose from. However, I probably hunted this guitar down for many months while working there, because although we had many great guitars and cool Fenders and stuff like this, I wanted something that was just stellar according to my expectations. And without filming this guitar case for too long, by the way, I need to tell you the story of this one as well. I'll just reveal it, and ta-da! The exposure is too high. There we go. And yep, apart from my foot you just saw, this is the guitar. And apart from the flicking thing that you're seeing right now, this is the guitar. So yay. As I was saying, this guitar right here was very much sought for, as far as I'm concerned, because I had access to so many guitars, so many Fender guitars. They were amazing, but I was looking for something that was just insanely built in terms of QC and in terms of craftsmanship. They're all insanely built, but this one just hit the nail on the head for me, because obviously there are no two guitars alike. And again, although all of them were very, very good, this one, for me personally, checked all the boxes. And the first one was the fret level. The level of the frets was just laser cut. Like, the insane action that you can get with this guitar is just insane. It's basically like 0.6 mils, 0.6 millimeters, millimeters on the high E string, and 1 millimeter on the low E string without any problem, without buzzing, without anything, and everything else is just amazing. It even has like a nice pattern in the rosewood right here, which I like. It's probably not that visible on cam, but it's just amazing. It's a standard Mexican Strat, so you might say, well, there's nothing special about it. Well, from this point of view, yeah, but again, first of all, it's just insanely built, and second of all, it is just nowadays it's a rare guitar, because as I'll show you, it's one of the last models. As you can see right here, it's 2015, and it's one of the last models of the Standard series, which was a series that Fender had for many decades, and they chose to discontinue it a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, like 2016, 17, somewhere around that, along with other lines that they had, and they made adjustments, modifications, and they came up with the new lines with a Fender player and all those other lines, the Elite and whatever. which are the analogs of the old ones. So this is the standard version, which is no longer in production. It has rosewood, which is no longer found on the guitars nowadays. And yeah, it's one of the very last models that they made before switching to the new player series, which I also have, and it's going to be for a next or future video very soon. So going top to bottom, I won't be reading through any specs because you can just go online, or you probably know them already. I just wanted to make like an honest, detailed review of how this guitar is and how it feels like when you're playing it. So right off the bat, I like the fact that it had ceramic pickups. The new Fender player has Alnicos 5. I don't dislike them. I just like these just a little bit more. It has, like I said, extreme low action without any buzzing, and it has like this cool aged look to it right from the factory, like almost slight mint green and aged white. Although on the spec sheet they're just white, no mint, no aging, no nothing, but it just it's a very cool thing to have. And what else? Well, again, I bought this from the store that I was working at, and the cool thing is that this is like my everlasting memory from that store, in terms of having something that I own from the time that I was working on there. And I remember the day because I wanted to like surprise my colleagues with the fact that I bought my own guitar from the store without letting them know. So when they went to their lunch break, I just bought it, put my money in the cash register, made my own warranty certificate and all that thing, and it was like a very nice experience. They all thought I was crazy when they came back from lunch, because I did it so fast without telling anyone. Obviously I didn't want to get any special discount from anyone or the store, because I felt like it's not the right thing to do, so I just took it with like full price. But like now thinking in hindsight, I would have wanted to at least tell them so that they could have signed the warranty certificate, and I would have just had that thing also from them, because now I just have my own signature on a piece of paper, right? And having it from them would have been a lot more valuable, especially given the fact that sadly one of them is no longer with us. And yeah, I would have really wanted to have my friend's signature right there, but how could I have known, right? So yeah, all in all, a very, very dear guitar to me. I'll cherish it and have it forever. This guitar is by its nature guaranteed never to leave my presence and possession, and yeah, I'll never be selling it. It's going to get stuck with me forever. So yeah, sorry, my battery ran out. So where was I? Yeah, this guitar will be staying with me forever. So one less thing to worry about, because this is not a guitar that will go into the trading zone anytime, anywhere. So yeah, like I told you, the story of the case right here, I told you, I promised you I'll tell you. It's very short, but funny. I mean, surprising for me at that point, and even now, looking back. I had a Les Paul case from one of my first, cheap Les Pauls, bolt-on, whatever, Les Paul copy, or knockoff, whatever, and I just had a cheap, plastic, ABS type case for it, because usually when I went to play, live with friends or rehearsals, I didn't want to have like a gig bag because I was going on the subway and the bus and whatever, and I was fucking things up. Therefore, no matter how cheap the guitar was, I always wanted to have a hard case. And I had it, and it was all fine and dandy, but eventually I ended up selling the guitar, and now I was left with no Les Pauls for it, because I was always mainly a Strat guy, and because of that, I had it like vacant for a while. And when I went to audition for one band at one point, he saw that I had, I saw that he had this Fender case that was vacant, and I was like, what's up with that one? And he was like, well, I sold my Strat, now I'm a Les Paul guy only, and I want to just sell this case. And to me, that was like, bring, ka-ching, whatever, light bulb just went up, and I was like, well, what do you know? Like, I have the opposite situation, right? So, amazingly, I just mentioned it to him, and he was the one to actually push for the exchange, and I was like, yeah, but mine is a no-name case. Yours is, a Fender branded case. Very sure. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to have my Les Paul protected. So as long as it does its job, I don't care. Just have my case. And again, have in mind, back then I was like just, kid, and I wouldn't have had the money to afford, an original Fender case. I mean, I was joking for a lot of years after that my case was my most expensive guitar, because I had like very cheap guitars back in the day, and also nothing was branded Fender at that point, because I had no Fender. So this was the most original thing that I had, and probably the most expensive one. So yeah, it's a cool memory. Anyway, thank you again, weird dude who decided to make the deal this way. I love you and cherish you forever. Right? So yeah, that's about it. There's no point for any sound demo, because first of all, that's just ridiculous. It's like hundreds of thousands of videos out there with people demoing the Fender standard series Strat, Mexican made, or any other type out there. And also on my channel I have quite a few videos with this guitar as well. Well, not so many, but quite a few. So if I'd be a jackass, I would ask you to just go and browse my channel, because otherwise nobody does, and I really appreciate the traffic, views, and subs. But since I choose to be a nice guy and therefore suffer from not getting any views and traffic and subs and likes, I will just link them into the description right here, so you can listen to how this guitar sounds. Again, it's nothing special, it's just an amazing guitar. There's no such thing as a sound that will just fuck you up completely like no other guitar out there. Well, maybe there are. I've certainly come across some of them, but they're just unique sounds. It's not that they're, uniquely cool sounds or distinctively better sounds. Overall, this is just a very cool guitar, and I like the ceramic pickups. I like the fact that they have the punch when I want them to. It's not like some very mellow vintage Strat. I can most definitely obtain vintage tones, but I can also go into the high gear whenever I want to, and especially on the fourth and second positions. When you have the in-between positions, they just rock without any fucking noise. The noise canceling in those positions on any such standard configuration of a Strat, with the middle being, reverse wound and all that is a lot more powerful than a humbucker in terms of noise suppression. So I really dig this guitar. So enough of that. I already told you all the ins and outs of this guitar and the backstory of it and everything else. So yeah, just go to my description, check out how it sounds if you haven't already. And next video will be its newer counterpart, which is the Fender Player Series. And somewhere later I'll be probably making a shootout video or whatever type of comparison I'll decide to do. So stick around because there's gonna be plenty of things coming in. So yeah, all for the better. Bye.